أهلا بيكم الدارسين لمادة 113 Grammar 1 and we meet today for the last session in the applications. You remember last time we had one exercise to finish in application 6. Today we're going to do that and we're going to do the whole of application 7. Alright? Alright, let's look together at the review exercise 1 to 26, which means we have questions relating to rules 1 to 26 يعني من أول ما ابتدينا لغاية 26. Okay? طيب let's look at the heading. Choose the letter of the word or group of words that best completes the sentence اللي هو السؤال العادي اللي دايما بيجي لنا. Let's look at number 1. The growth of hair cyclical. You have a blank and then cyclical process with phases of activity and inactivity. Do I have a verb here? The growth of hair, the growth طبعا دي subject اسمه جاي في الأول وقبليه ده ومفيش عندي كوما ولا حاجة. The growth of hair cyclical process. طيب عندي تحت I need a verb here. I have it is طبعا ما اقدرش اخد it is لأن it has the growth. طيب is a cyclical process which is طبعا which is ما تنفعش لان انا عندي بس لو انا عندي which يبقى لازم يبقى عندي two verbs and two subjects which I do not. انا ما عنديش هنا ولا فعل وهنا هختار الفعل هيبقى الفعل الوحيد في الجملة. يبقى هقول the growth of hair is a cyclical process. هو دي الجملة الأساسية. بعد الكوما اللي باقي ده يعني we are only adding meanings with phases of activity and inactivity. Let's look at number 2. The fire to have started in the furnace under the house. The fire, again, it's the subject. Type. To have is not a verb. Do not confuse infinitives with verbs. أي فعل قبليه to معناه ان ده مصدر يعني الفعل الاساسي جاي قبله. طيب يبقى احنا ما عندناش هنا برضو فعل. طيب نشوف ايه الافعال اللي عندنا هنا. is believed, that is to, that is believed to. لو قلت that يبقى دي connector يبقى انا مفروض يبقى عندي two clauses يعني two subjects and two verbs. ما تنفعش. the fire they believe ما هي يعني لو قلت the fire they believe كان ممكن برضو ان انا يعني كانت هتبقى اختصار the fire which they believe يبقى برضو ما ينفعش. انا عايزة فعل واحد هحطه هنا يبقى معناه ان عايزة برضو subject واحد. طيب ايه الفعل الواحد اللي عندي بقى؟ عندي is believed و that is believed. طيب هو دي ايه the fire فهتبقى ايه the fire is believed to have started in the furnace under the house. ابتدت النار يعتقد ان النار ابتدت في الفرن اللي تحت البيت. طيب let's look at number 3. In Roman numerals برضو in Roman numerals comma ده جزء مش اساسي في الجملة. It's a prepositional phrase to add meaning. طيب symbols for numeric values. Symbols for numeric values دي ايه؟ دي prepositional phrase. يعني انا كأن الكلمة الأساسية الوحيدة عندي في الجملة دي هي كلمة symbols. يبقى انا I need وإذا كانت symbols for يبقى symbols دي برضو is not the subject. يبقى I need here a subject and a verb. طيب عندي the letters in Roman numerals the letters of the alphabet. طب ما عنديش هنا فعل. لا أول واحدة are letters of the alphabet ما تنفعش. letters of the alphabet are ادي الترتيب العادي للجملة الإنجليزي. letters of the alphabet are symbols for numeric values. يعني انتوا عارفين في in Roman numerals لما بنكتب باللاتيني I and V and X اللي هي letters of the alphabet هي دي اللي بتستعمل لكتابة الأرقام. طيب let's look at number here. Let's look at number 4. the legal systems of most countries. طيب the legal systems of most countries مش أساسية. طيب ايه اهم كلمة عندي هنا؟ the legal systems. طبعا كلمة systems لان legal دي صفة جاية قبل الناون اللي هو فيه اس اهو، يعني اسم جمع اهو. يعني يبقى the systems whatever can be that's the verb can be classified. عندي بقى blank وبعدين common law or civil law. ما دام عندي or يبقى لازم هستعمل either. طيب can be classified، ما دام قلت classified بيجي بعدها as can be classified as either common law or civil law. طيب انا عندي كمان either as. ليه as either هي اللي صح و either as غلط؟ طيب بصوا، احنا قلنا this is parallelism، التوازي ده، ان زي ما فيه بعد either يبقى بعده or. طيب كان ممكن اقول can be classified either as common law or as civil law. لازم اللي يجي بعد either هو نفسه اللي يجي بعد or. as لما تيجي في الاول يبقى خلاص هقول as either common law، يبقى بعد either جه common law noun or civil law زي بعض. Let's look at number 5. One difference between mathematics and language is that mathematics is precise. Language is not. طيب مادام is not يعني أنا عندي two clauses here. مادام عندي فعلين وفاعلين يبقى عندي two clauses. مادام عندي two clauses برضو لازم يبقى عندي connector. فين عندي connector؟ but language not، مفيش هنا verb. while is language، لا. while language is يبقى هادي. while language is not. mathematics. One difference between mathematics and language is that mathematics is precise دقيقة while language is not. Let's look at number 6. Your criticism of the 3 short stories. فين الفعل هنا؟ Your criticism. طيب should not be، ده الفعل، should not be less than 2000 words nor more than 3000 words. طيب هقول nor should it be ولا it should be ولا it is ولا should be it. طيب نفس الفعل انا بقول should be او should not be، يبقى أنا نفس الفعل هو اللي هستعمله. nor طيب هقول nor should it be ولا nor it should be. انتوا عارفين when I have a negative يجي الفعل الاول، يبقى nor should it be more than 3000. طيب choose the letter of the underlined word or group of words that is not correct. ده النوع التاني من الاكسرسايز، ان انا بطلع الغلطة فين. الإجابة الصح إني أكتب A لو الغلطة في A. In 1870 the Attorney General ده اللي هو المدعي العام الأمريكي اسمه the Attorney General. In 1870 the Attorney General was made head of the Department of Justice، وزير العدل، given an enlarged staff and endow with clear-cut law enforcement functions. هنحاول نحل الأول الجملة من غير ما نعرف معناها. طيب أنا بقول the general attorney ولا the attorney general was made، أنا بقول was made head of كذا given an enlarged staff and، يبقى أنا عمالة بقول كذا وكذا 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 and مش دول لازم كلهم يبقوا زي بعض. This is parallelism. طيب أنا بقول was made was given and was made was given and مش لازم تبقى زيهم. endowed was endowed with clear-cut law enforcement functions. يعني هو بقى وزير العدل وبقى ليه فعاليات محددة لتطبيق القانون. يبقى was made, given and endowed. يبقى endow is incorrect, it should be endowed. طيب let's look at number 8. The general Sherman tree, the largest of all the giant sequoias. طيب يعني احنا ممكن مش فاهمين يعني اسمها the general Sherman tree، يبقى عرفنا ان دي شجرة اهي اسمها the Sherman tree. The largest of all giant sequoias، يبقى هفهم ان sequoias دول are types of trees. طيب انا بقول the general Sherman tree. The largest of all the giant sequoias اللي بين two commas دي، مش دي تبقى الapposition؟ طيب are reputed to be the world's largest living thing. are دي هي الفعل بتاع ايه؟ بتاع sequoias ولا بتاع tree؟ طبعا بتاع tree، لأن the largest of all the giant sequoias ده جزء كده أضيف للجملة لكن ما هواش أساسي فيها. طيب يبقى أنا هقول the general Sherman tree are reputed ولا is reputed؟ طبعا is reputed، يبقى B is incorrect. Let's look at number 9. The skeleton of a shark is made of cartilage rather than having bone. طيب مش أنا بقول is made of noun rather than another noun، مش كده؟ يبقى is made of cartilage rather than bone، يبقى this is incorrect. is made of cartilage rather than bone. Okay? Let's look at the last one. At least one sample of each of the brands contains type. At least one sample type of each of the brands، ده مش مهم. أنا بقول one sample contains، يبقى صح. Singular subject, singular verb. At least one sample of each of the brands contains measurable amounts of aflatoxin, and there is 3 which exceed the maximum. طيب and there is 3، إذا كان يعني 3 يبقى ما أقولش there is 3، أقول إيه؟ there are 3. There are 3 which exceed the maximum. طيب نشوف الإجابة عشان لما تبصوا لوحدكم. That's it. All right. Number 10 the rock. Okay. طيب يبقى that ends exercise or the last exercise in application 6, and we're now going to finish in this, in the remainder of this hour, we're going to finish the whole of application 7 inshallah. Yani we'll have time enough for that. Thank you. And I'll move now to application 7. All right, let's look at application 7 together. And the first exercise covers from skills 27 to 29 اللي هي الجزء اللي عندكم في lecture number 7. طيب, circle the word or words that indicate that the sentence should have parallel parts. Underline the parts that should be parallel, then indicate if the sentences are correct or incorrect. طيب, احنا قلنا هنعمل ايه? We are going to circle the parts that indicate that the sentence should have parallel parts. Then we underline the parts that should be parallel ونقول الجملة صح ولا غلط. طيب. The coffee is more stronger today than it was yesterday. طيب. ايه اللي بيقول ان لازم يبقى عندي parallelism؟ more stronger than، مش كده؟ طيب. وبعدين ايه ال parallel parts؟ the coffee today stronger today than it was، it طبعا اللي هي the coffee than it was yesterday. طيب الغلطة هنا عندي فين؟ الغلطة ان انا ما بقولش er و more. more is incorrect. مجرد ان انا اشيلها تبقى الجملة صح. the coffee today and the coffee yesterday. These are the parts that should be parallel. The coffee is stronger today than it was yesterday. وعارفين الأصح كمان يقول إيه؟ الأحسن. يعني هي الجملة كده صح، بس يبقى في توازي أكتر لو قلت the coffee today is stronger than it was yesterday. لو جبت today دي بعد coffee that is better. The tree that was struck by lightning اللي وقعها الصاعقة البرقية، البرق. The tree that was struck by lightning had been the tallest of the two trees we had in the yard. طيب the tallest of، ما دام قلت the tallest of يبقى أنا عندي أكتر من حاجتين، يبقى ما أقدرش أقول the tallest of the two trees. ممكن أقول the tree that was struck by lightning had been taller than the tree we had in the yard. يبقى اتنين. يا إما أقول the tree that was struck by lightning had been the tallest of all the trees, not the two trees. إذا كانوا اتنين بس يبقى taller than، had been taller than، had been the taller than the other tree. لكن عشان يبقى أصلح الجملة كده بأقل تغيرات يبقى أقول had been the tallest of all the trees we had in the yard. He will buy the most fuel efficient car that he can afford. He will buy the most وعندي that. He will buy the most fuel car that he can afford. واحدة عربية واحدة وكل العربيات that he can afford. The closest it gets to summer, the longer the days are. انتوا عارفين هنا بيبقى عندي الستراكشر ده اللي هو comparative لكن الأولانية دي is not comparative. يبقى the closer it gets to summer, the longer. The closer, the longer. The business department is bigger of the departments in the university. طيب أنا بقارن، طب أنا بقول bigger. أولا لو قلت bigger comparative يبقى لازم عندي than ولازم يبقى عندي حاجتين اتنين بس. أنا هنا مش بتكلم على حاجتين، أنا بقول the business department and I'm comparing it to all the other departments in the university. فهقول the business department is ولازم يبقى عندي the is the biggest. Let me add this. Is the biggest of the departments in the university. I really do not want to live in the southeast because it is one of the most hot areas in the United States. ما بقولش one of the most hot، بقول one of the بقول one of the hottest areas in the United States. It is preferable to use the most efficient and most effective method that you can. Most effective or most efficient. Tonight's dinner was more filling more than. يبقى tonight's dinner was more filling يشبع يعني than last night's. يعني الابوستروف اس دي قلت لكم مره ان بتبقى مفهومه، يعني ما اقول tonight's dinner was more filling than last night's وابوستروف اس يبقى اللي بيضاف هنا هو اللي بيضاف هنا، يعني than last night's dinner. بس الافضل في الانجليزي ان الحاجه اللي ممكن احذفها يبقى الاسلوب احسن لو حذفتها. The sooner the exam is scheduled كل ما الامتحان اتعمل ميعاده اقرب the less time you have to prepare. طيب the sooner comparative the less. less دي comparative برضو بس هو comparative which is irregular لأن بقول soon sooner soonest لكن بقول little less least. alright يبقى less is comparative يبقى أنا بقول the sooner the less وبقول the exam يبقى قدامها time is scheduled يبقى قدامها برضو you have to prepare. The house is now the cleanest that it has ever been. طيب the cleanest يبقى أنا بقول that it has ever been يبقى بقارن البيت دلوقتي بأي وقت تاني فات. that it has ever been. It's the cleanest that it has ever been. طيب let's look at exercise, the next exercise which is testing the same three rules 27, 28 and 29. هنا يعني this is a multiple choice exercise. We're going to choose the letter of the word or group of words that best completes the sentence. The speed of light is the speed of sound. أنا بقارن هنا إيه؟ The speed of light, the speed of sound. حاجتين هقول is faster. طيب أنا مادام بقارن حاجتين لازم يبقى عندي than. هشوف عندي فين than. ما عنديش than إلا في B. is much faster. طبعا أنا ممكن أقول much faster أو less faster. The speed of light is much faster than the speed of sound. Number 2, the use of detail is method of developing a controlling idea and almost all students employ this method. طيب أنا عندي هقول the use of detail is more common method. ده بتكلم على method واحد هو يعني قدام كل الميثودز التانية. طيب هقول is more common ولا common ولا most common ولا the most common. is most common لا مفروض ان انا قبل most لازم يبقى عندي the فهتبقى is the most common method of developing a controlling idea. طيب let's look at number 3. In Stevenson's landscapes, the more vitality and character the paintings seem to possess. طيب مادام قلت the more في الجزء ده من الجملة يبقى لازم في الجزء الأولاني من الجملة كان عندي comparative زيه برضو the more. طيب هقول the brushwork is loose ما عنديش comparative. the looser brushwork in Stevenson's landscapes ده ستيفنسون ده واحد واضح ان هو he's a painter رسام واللاندسكيبس بيرسم مناظر طبيعية. يبقى the looser brushwork in دي فيها comparative. نشوف فيه فين تاني اللي نختار ما بينهم. the looser brushwork. طيب نبص دي بقى the looser the brushwork is in Stevenson's landscapes the more vitality and character the paintings seem to be. يبقى the looser the brushwork is in Stevenson's landscapes, the more vitality and character the paintings seem to possess. ما اقدرش اقول بس the looser brushwork. The looser brushwork in Stevenson's landscape يبقى ما فيهاش فعل. طيب we finished that kind of exercise. 1 2 3. طيب 4. هنا we are choosing the incorrect item. Certain types of snakes have been known to survive fasts more as a year long. Certain types of snakes have been known to survive fasts more as a year long. بصوا أنا عندي هنا أدي 1 2. أنا أسفة الغلطة هنا ولازم تبقى underlined ده هي. طيب alright. Certain types of snakes have been known. صح. Types have plural to survive fasts. طيب to survive مادام يعني to survive يبقى أنا عندي عارفة إن ده مصدر. طيب to survive fasts اللي جاي بعد كلمة survive بعد الفعل هيكون noun. طيب a plural noun ما فيهوش مشكلة برضو صح. دي على فكرة أدي A B C have been known كلها على بعضها. more as ولا more than؟ ما بنقولش more as بنقول more than a year long والغلطة تبقى في دي. The grizzly bear, the bear which can grow up to 8 feet tall has been called a more مفروض ان في هنا space. معلش هو مش مفروض انها capital letter. طيب the grizzly bear نوع من انواع الدببة which can grow up to 8 feet tall has been called a more dangerous animal of North America. هو انا بقارنه هنا بانيمال تاني ولا بكل الانيمالز؟ بكلهم. يبقى has been called the most dangerous animal of North America. يبقى the incorrect part is D. Climate, soil type, that's number 6. Climate, soil type, and availability of water are the most critical factors than selecting the best type of grass for a lawn. انتوا عارفين ان انا لما بستعمل most ممكن بستعمل in لكن ما بستعملش than. are the most critical factors هي اهم العوامل في اختيار نوع الحشيش للممرات اللي في الجنينة. يبقى than is wrong. لازم تبقى are the most critical factors in selecting. Peter Abelard, a logician and theologian, عالم منطق وعالم ديانات, was the controversialist teacher of his age. من غير ما أعرف controversial يعني إيه. أنا عندي أهي the يعني superlative adjective. لما يبقى عندي كلمة كبيرة كده بقول controversialist ولا بقول was the most controversial. the most controversial يبقى this is the incorrect part. Let's look at number 8. Protein molecules, plural, are the most complex than the molecules of carbohydrates. طيب أنا بقارن هنا إيه؟ protein molecules و molecules of carbohydrates، يعني حاجتين متساويتين ببعض. فهقول يعني يبقى هستعمل إيه؟ most ولا more؟ more. فهقول are more complex than، are more complex than the molecules of carbohydrates. This is the mistake B. The leek ده اللي هو الكرات. The leek, a member of the lily family، عائلة من النباتات، has a mildest taste than the onion. يبقى أنا بقارن the leek الكرات بالبصل. يبقى has a mildest taste than ولا has a milder taste than. This is the mistake. Has a milder taste than. The widely used natural fiber of all is cotton. أقول the widely used natural fiber of all is cotton. طيب ده أنا عايزة أقول إن هو يعني أكتر حاجة، أكتر ألياف بتستخدم، لازم يبقى عندي most. يبقى إيه؟ the most widely used. the most widely used. يبقى the mistake is in A. The most widely used natural fiber of all is cotton. طيب, let's look at this review exercise. Let's see if this is the last one here. Yes, that's the last one. Let's do it together. This is a review exercise of all the grammar we've done this term, from skill 1 to skill 29. نحاول نحط كل أهم كده لغاية دي. A liberal، يعني عندي حاجة أهو فاضية وبعدين عندي comma. A liberal arts college specifically for deaf people is located. بصوا I have a part of the sentence which is separated by two commas. يبقى أكيد دي إيه؟ وجاي في الأول يبقى أكيد it's an apposition بدل من الفاعل. is located in Washington DC. ممكن أقول يبقى أنا عايزة هنا الفاعل، أنا عندي is located. Gallaudet College وعندي Gallaudet College is، طب ما أنا عندي is. About Gallaudet College يبقى ما تبقاش فاعل لو أنا عندي about. Because of برضه ما تنفعش، يبقى A is correct. Gallaudet College, a liberal arts college specifically for deaf people, is located in Washington DC. كلية Gallaudet دي كلية للفنون، خاصة باللي عندهم صمم، is located in Washington DC. Let's look at number 2. Variety، عندي مكان فاضي وبعدين varieties of dogs at the show including spaniels, poodles and collies. Varieties of dogs أنواع من الكلاب including كذا وكذا وكذا. لا عندي فاعل ولا عندي فاعل. يبقى أنا عايزة هنا إيه؟ A subject and a verb. The several no, those no, several برضه no. There were several. يبقى دي اللي عندي فيها subject and verb. يبقى this is the part we choose. There were several. طيب, let's look at number 3. While the discovery that many migratory songbirds can thrive in deforested wintering spots. طيب بص بقى من قبل ما اقرا بقيه الجمله. while طيب يبقى انا ادي عندي كونكتور اهو، بس انتوا عارفين ان السبوردينيت كلوز ممكن تيجي في الاول. while the discovery، اهم كلمه هي كلمه discovery، that many migratory birds can thrive in deforested wintering spots. فين الفعل بتاعها؟ The fact remains that these birds are dying at unusual rates. يبقى هقول ايه؟ While the discovery that many migratory songbirds can thrive in deforested wintering spots, it is لا، لأن ايه هي discovery؟ hearten no. heartening برضو لا، لا دي ولا دي فعل. is heartening هي اللي فعل. While the discovery is heartening, the fact remains that they are dying at unusual rates. طيب هنا هنختار الجزء الغلط. The coyote، مش ضروري نعرف the coyote ده ايه، انا شخصيا ما اعرفش هو ايه، لكن هنعرف اهو. هو بيقول a timber wolf، حاجة زي حيوان زي الديب كده. The coyote is somewhat smaller in size than a timber wolf. أنا بقول smaller، ما بقولش that، بقول smaller than. يبقى الغلطة فين؟ الغلطة هنا. The weather reports all showed that there were a tremendous storm front moving in. The weather reports all showed that there were a، أنا أقول there were a ولا there was a tremendous storm. There was a storm، ما بقولش there were a storm. Seldom cactus plants are found outside of North America. طيب seldom is negative، مش النيجاتيف لما يجي عندي في الأول يبقى لازم الفعل يجي قبل الفعل. طيب أقول seldom cactus plants are ولا seldom are cactus plants found outside of North America. يبقى this is the incorrect part. مفروض إنها تبقى إيه؟ seldom are cactus plants found. okay. ممكن نشيل دي خالص ونكتبها هنا، يبقى seldom are cactus plants found. تبقى كده الجملة صح. Let's look at number 7. In a basketball game, a player what is found receives 1 or 2 free throws. A player type in a basketball game. A player ده لاعب. اللاعب ده بقى ايه؟ بني ادم ولا شويه حيوانات بيلعبوا باسكتبول؟ بني ادم. يبقى اقول what ولا اقول who؟ اقول who. In a basketball game, a player who is fouled who is found receives. fouled يعني عارفين انتم ما بتسمعوا في الماتشات ويقول foul. who is fouled يعني حد بيغلط فيه غلطة. receives 1 or more free throws، هو من حقه يرمي الكرة مرة أو مرتين. يبقى in a basketball game a player لا which ولا what ولا حاجة. who is fouled. وممكن أقول that برضو، بس الأحسن أقول who. it's more common. Until recently, California was largest producer of oranges in the United States. اقول largest يبقى لازم طيب هو صح اني اقول largest. I'm comparing California to all the other states in the United States. لكن ما بقولش largest. زي ما more لازم يجي وراها than، السوبرلاتيف لازم يجي قبله ايه ده انا عملت ايه؟ لازم يجي قبله the was the largest producer of oranges in the United States. An understanding of engineering theories and problems are impossible until basic arithmetic is fully mastered. طيب arithmetic is mastered. طيب arithmetic is singular singular. طيب an understanding of engineering theories and problems are دي هي مش الفعل بتاع problems ولا theories، لأن of engineering theories and problems engineering theories and problems دي ال object of the preposition of، لا ليها فعل ولا حاجة. طيب يبقى فين الفعل هنا؟ اللي are هي الفعل بتاعه كلمة understanding. and understanding are ولا is؟ and understanding is. alright? an understanding of whatever مش مهم. an understanding is impossible مش are impossible. Let's look at number 10. The earliest the CVs وحاطط بين قوسين اللي هي ايه؟ chorionic villus sampling. The earliest the CVs procedure in the pregnancy, the greater the risk to the baby. طيب أنا ما قلت يعني لما بيبقى بقارن يعني كلما زاد كذا زاد كذا، بس هي دي بالظبط زي العربي عندنا كلما زاد الأكسجين قل النيتروجين وهكذا. طيب لازم يبقى comparative هنا و comparative هنا. أنا بقول the greater the risk يبقى the earlier the CV's procedure in the pregnancy the greater the risk to the baby. يبقى دي مفروض تبقى عشان تبقى صح لازم تبقى the earlier. alright؟ وخدوا بالكم ده قلناه في المحاضرة in this type of structure I don't need to have a verb and it is correct. The earlier the CV's procedure in the pregnancy the greater the risk to the baby. أنا ما عنديش هنا فعل and it is correct. alright؟ طيب let's look at the answer key. And when you are I'm showing you this so that when you are studying with your CDs you can have a look at them, but you can have a look as you are doing the exercise. يعني ممكن واحنا بنعمل مثلا الاكسرسايز دي نحل في دماغنا وبعدين نبص، لكن I'm just doing that so that you can have access to the answers عشان تقدروا توصلوا للanswers. should be taller than the other tree. فاكرين اللي قلنا the tallest of all the trees أو taller than the other tree، لكن ما أقولش the tallest of the two. the two لو انتوا فاكرين المثال ده أو السؤال ده the tallest تبقى على كله. the closest should be the closer. bigger should be the biggest and hottest. طيب هنا دي برضو مكتوب جزء منها the most controversial، وهنا دي كانت in على قد ما أنا فاكرة كانت I can't remember. milder the most widely. All right? Okay. Let's look at the last one, number 7 here. هنا كانت هو، أنا مش عارفة ليه مكتوبة ال دي، أنا فاكراها من ساعة ما عملناها، مش مفروض. It's just who, only who. There isn't that. There isn't that. طيب milder دي كانت in which one? 9. The leek, a member of the lily family, has a milder taste زي ما قلنا than the onion. I just forgot it. All right, this ends application 7, and we will meet again for other applications. We will continue having more exercises, and I will have that on CDs for you. Thank you very much. I enjoyed this course. I hope it was interesting to you. Thank you.